Hello and welcome to part 4 of the Pokemon Sapphire Let's Play. Whew, boy did this one take a long time to edit. I am hoping this will go out at the right time tomorrow, on Friday. Yesterday's episode of the Venture Cast took a little while to upload because it took a while to get home. This lady has red eyes. I don't know why, but if you look at the top pixels of each of her eyes, they are red. And I've always noticed that with that sprite for these games. There's not really a lot to do in this episode. We do catch a new teammate, but I'm really dreading that. I'm just going to say the footage for this minute was 16 minutes. And let's just say that I was trying to catch a Pokemon that is rather rare. He asked me what I can see. I can see forever. I think that's what I see. I don't know. I'm a bit too philosophical, actually. But yeah, basically, today we are going to help Wally catch his first Pokemon. If you don't know who Wally is, we'll be finding out here in a little bit. He's basically a recurring character in this game, and for some reason, like last year, I kept getting him confused with Wallace. I was like, are they the same person? I don't think they are, but they both have, like, green hair. They're both, but they both wear similar outfits. But for some reason, they made such similar characters, and they're in the same game. I don't know why that is. I don't know if maybe they're related. I really don't know what that's all about, honestly. But, boy, this episode, I think it took about an hour 35 minutes to make all the assets and edit it. And I still haven't made the thumbnail, by the way. The thumbnails don't take very long to make with GIMP. I use GIMP 2 as an image editor. It's a very nice program. You should give it a shot if you want something that actually works, unlike MS Paint for Windows 10. Windows 10, MS Paint doesn't even work with transparency anymore. It removes all transparency when you make an image with it, even if the image was already transparent, so it's not great. But here is what I was talking about. So we've finally seen our dad. Supposedly our family came from the Johto region, which if you don't know about Johto, that is the region from the Generation 2 games, Gold, Silver, and Crystal. This is Wally, the kid on the right. For some reason his hair is kind of a brown, like a chestnut almost, on his, like, overworld sprite, but when you see him in battle, he actually has green hair, and they fixed that with, like, his overworld character model in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which I still have not played. I just haven't found a good enough excuse to spend $40 on the new Pokemon game. I'm sorry. I just really haven't. So, right here is where I remembered, oh yeah, you can catch Ralts in this area. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You'll see around the 5-minute mark why this took so long to edit. But this was not pleasant. I will say that. I'm never doing an episode like this again. I'm continuing Pokemon Sapphire. I'm not saying I'm canceling the series or anything, but I'm not doing a stunt like this ever again. Like, now I see why the Game Grumps hate, like, why Barry hates doing stuff like that, and why he specifically told Kevin, their new editor, I guess he's not that new anymore, but, I guess that's why they told Kevin, don't ever listen to Aaron when he says putting up something like that on the screen. I will say I have one complaint with GIMP. The PIP feature, which basically allows you to put extra images and videos up on the screen, is very limited. You can't even fade in the different images, so it makes it very abrupt when they disappear off the screen. And it makes it very hard to transition. The other problem is that you cannot just replace one image with another one so that it's the same place and size. When I did this upcoming part, I had to hold my index finger to the screen in a predetermined corner for a while. So this is where I tried to catch a Ralts. And now you can see why I hated editing this episode. I might have to make that symbol a little bigger. It looks pretty good. They're about the same size. Oh wow, they're actually being fairly consistent. Wow, I didn't think I had done this good of a job with that. I thought they were all... Okay, there we go. That one was a little smaller. I noticed that time. But, yeah, not a lot to do for the next 3 minutes, 3.5. Yeah, about 3.5 minutes worth. This is pretty much what took me so long. First, I had to go through the footage and split it up and take out all the unnecessary bits, so that it just continuously does this. Then, I had to go into GIMP and make every single separate attempt counter and export it individually, because the text feature on this editor is also limited. Every one of them has some kind of animation. There's no just plain text option like in Windows Movie Maker. So, I had to make a lot of these, and I had to constantly go Control-Shift-E, alright, click, 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 backspace, change the number a little bit, click, click, click. It was a nightmare. And now you can see why this episode would be such a pain in the butt to edit. I think I'm gonna title this episode All I Want for Christmas is Ralts, because it is getting fairly close to Christmas, and I've had the My Chemical Romance cover of that song stuck in my head. Oh my god, it's a Ralts! My audio is gonna peak so badly right there. I'm so sorry. I will try to change that. So, finally found a Ralts. And you're thinking, oh, that's great, huh? Nope! Gorful had to get a critical hit. This was where I had that moment of realization, like, I screwed up. I really messed up. And then, back to the drawing board. I will say that this was not a pleasure to film nor edit. This is probably going to be the bane of my YouTube existence. I thought the old Pokemon Sapphire Let's Play was bad, but I think this... Oh, that little speed up right there was just speed hack. This was a nightmare. This has been a living, breathing nightmare. And then, wouldn't you know, I discovered that I had forgotten to make the right number of counters. I made one too few, and when I went back and I was like, alright, let's review this, I realized, oh, there's an extra encounter at the beginning. So not only did I have to make a new one, export it, import it, and then put it into the right place, I had to take each individual counter, move it back, adjust its length, and then do that for all 35 of the pre-existing attempts. This is the last attempt, by the way. As you can see, Gorful got another freaking critical hit and nearly knocked out the Ralts. But yes, I do manage to catch this one fairly easily. It was a close call with that critical hit, but I managed. And off-screen, in between this episode and episode 5, I managed to get Ralts up to level 6 along with Gorful and Datol, I think his name was, so that Ralts would actually learn Confusion. At this point, I've memorized Ralts learns Confusion at level 6. So, Ralts can actually attack now, and is actually useful. And like I mentioned in the previous episode, or at least I think I did, I didn't really need to catch a Lotad because they are shroomish in Petalburg Woods. I cannot talk today. Wow, I can't even say I can't talk today. Basically, I don't believe it was this episode. I believe it's next episode, but we store that whole poor little guy. I spent so much time trying to train him and keep him up with the rest of the party, and then it turned out I didn't even really need him. So, that has been everything. I'm gonna go get something to eat because I'm exhausted. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all next time.